Hi Papercraft friends, welcome back to another creative video at Papercraft Business. My name is Lisa Walsh and today I'm going to be showing you how to create a slimline Father's Day card using Lawn Fawn Coles ABC dies. Now for my images I use Sunny Studio Woodsy Autumn stamp set and also the MFT Saddle Up and Celebrate stamp set. Now I did actually colour these with Copic markers off screen. I didn't leave them in the video because I didn't want to add another 15 minutes to this actual video for you to watch. Now to start with, we're going to create the slimline card base, which measures 3.5 by 8.5 inches. And then the card panel that I created with MFT Berrylicious cardstock, which measures at 3.25 by 8.25 inches. Now once you've done that, we're going to create the scene of the card. And to create the grass, I use the Lawn Fawn Stitched Hillside border dies, which aren't quite long enough for the length of the card panel. So we need to get a little bit creative. So what you need to do is make your initial cut, your first cut with the border die, and also the sage leaf cardstock from Lawn Fawn. Then position the die for where you need the second cut to take place and align it at the end of the original cut. Once you've got it aligned, secure it with some low tack tape just to keep it in place as you put it through your die cut machine. Now you need to create 2 sets of the grass panels. Once you've done that, you simply adhere them together and then adhere them to the card panel. Now if you find that there's some overlap, just trim them off with your scissors. Here are the exact border dies I use to create the grass with. Now here's the fun part, you're going to enjoy doing this. What you need to do is cut out 2 of the alpha letters that will read the title of Father's Day. Once they're cut out, you're then going to adhere them together and double them up so that they've got a bit of dimension when they sit on the card. Now I use many different solid colour cardstock from Lawn Fawn to create the title with, and I'll explain what they are a bit later on. Now let's add a little bit more interest to the grass borders. To do that, you just need some evergreen bow distress ink and just swatch it onto your craft mat, dilute it with a little bit of water and then mix it up with your paintbrush and then just splatter it over the grass borders. Just make sure you got a little bit of scrap paper behind it so that you're not splattering the ink all over the rest of your background. And when you're done with that, just wipe away the excess on your craft mat to ensure that the rest of your card doesn't get dirty and pick up the ink. Now it's time to create the fence for the card, and for this I use the Lawn Fawn Picket Fence die, which has been in my stash for quite some time, so it was really fantastic to get it back out again. For me to die cut the fence, I use the Lawn Fawn Vanilla Malt cardstock. I cut 2 sets of the fence dies, and then I also cut 4 of the fence panels. And then all you need to do is adhere the fence panels to the fences and just make sure that you got them aligned properly. Take the time, and I found that I had a bit of trouble gluing them down so that they would stay down. And then just add some glue to the back of the fence and then adhere that to your card panel. I adhered my fences behind the grass borders. But I mean, if you want to put it on top of the grass borders, that would be completely fine too. It's totally up to you and the look that you want to achieve. After you finish putting the second fence together, you need to adhere that one right next to the first fence that you've already got on the background of your card. Just make sure they're aligned straight and don't worry about the gap in the middle because we can fix that with one of our images to make sure the images is in front of the little crack there. Now you're obviously going to have a bit of overhang where the fence is concerned, so just trim that off with your scissors. Now this is where you may want to play around with your images to figure out where you want them to be. So here I am just messing around with the placement of the images, trying to figure out exactly where I want them. So this is where I put the cactus in front of the fence gap there, so that way it wasn't showing. Now, although I had the ABC dies to create my sentiment, I did also want the word happy to go along with that sentiment. So I used the Lawn Fawn Year 2 stamp set and I just got the happy stamp out stamped it with my stamping tool and decided to heat emboss it. But first I used the anti-static powder tool and then stamped it with my Versamark watermark pad onto Lawn Fawn paper bag cardstock. I used the Ranger white embossing powder and then I heat set that with my heat tool. Now I also needed to trim down the cardstock to make sure that it fit on my card. So I used my paper guillotine just to trim up the sentiment a little bit. Now I didn't realise just how difficult it was going to be to adhere the alphabet dies onto the card by keeping them in a straight line. Now I fumbled around so many times with different ways of trying to keep them straight, but eventually I came up with the idea of just grabbing my ruler. And with the ruler, I secured it in place with some washi tape and adhered it to the actual craft mat. Now I know some crafters actually hold them in place with some of that purple tape, but I don't have any in my stash. So if you don't either, this is a great little hack to try and keep those alphabet dies in a straight line and aligned correctly. Now once I got the ruler aligned correctly to the way that I wanted it, I then started adhering the little alpha dies onto the card. Now, as I said earlier, I did use quite a few different solid cardstock colours from Lawn Fawn, and these are the ones that I used. For the letter F and D, I used chili pepper. For the letter A, I used fake tan. T was sunflower cardstock. H was peacock. E was raspberry. R was narwhal, if that's how you pronounce it. S was noble fir cardstock, A is paper bag, and Y I use blue jay cardstock. Now what I love about the Coles ABC dies is that not only are they great for creating titles for your cards, but they also can replace the need of any sentiment stamps or any word dies. Now I don't have many word dies in my craft collection, so these little alpha dies are awesome for me because I can create any sentiment that I like if I don't have them in my craft collection. What I love most about them is that you can use your paper scraps. And all of us crafters, I'm sure you're the same as I am, is that you might have like 1 by 1 inch little card scraps laying around in your craft stash. And these are the perfect way to use them up. I know that I intend on using them on quite a few cards, just so I can use up those card scraps. As you can see, they turned out pretty good. They aligned quite well. I was quite happy with it. Now it came down to just adhering the images to the card. So just in case I didn't mention this before, the Copic colours that I used to colour these images with will be listed in the description below. As well with all the supplies I use for this card, they'll also be listed and linked in the description box below for you. If you've watched some of my videos before, then you'll know that I absolutely love to add some highlights and details with my Uniball Signo white pen. So that's what I'm doing here, just adding a few extra details. And I just really think it gives the cards that final extra touch. Now, talking about an extra touch, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. It's crazy. This is only my 11th video for my channel, and I've decided to take this a lot more seriously. So therefore, I just want to let you know that I've now made the commitment to upload a new video every single week. Eventually, I'd like to upload 2 videos a week, but for now, I'm just getting myself into a new routine. So thank you for all your support from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're looking for different and creative ways to create some cards, then feel free to click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. Now, if you've watched this video to the end, which I'm extremely grateful for, then this next video will be of some interest to you in regards to a slimline card. Click on it and we'll talk more then. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you like this card and like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel. Stay safe, take care, see you in the next video. Bye.